Yo. I do, Michi. I do. My bad. How's everybody doing today? Appreciate that. He is the ghost. Hey, Bill. You're not wrong, though. What's up, Martin? Nice, Caesar. How'd everybody do today? Could have done pretty well. It was a great day in the market for sure. What's up, Mark? How's it going? Jose? Christian, solid green on coin. Dude, that coin trade was beautiful. Beautiful. I literally saw that gap, and me and George, I started talking about it, and I think I said something about the gap like at the same exact time as George. And yeah, I mean, the 1 minute, the execution on the 1 minute was beautiful. Took this H into the start of that gap. And then I ended up, when Nor took this trade on 900 on NVIDIA, I personally didn't like that setup as much as Coin, just because they were both weaker than the market, but just because Coin was forming this H pattern here, I ended up taking Coin right around here at 258.50 and playing that through the rest of the gap fill, and then on the break of that level. Oh yeah, that's my bad. Appreciate that. Nayland. I meant to move that. Um, there we go. Sorry, but yeah. Either way, that coin trade was beautiful. What's up, Harry, Chad, Jay? Green like the Hulk. Give us a banger crystal ball. Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree, Christian. Video went crazy, yeah. Face is covering everything. Appreciate that. Yeah. Alright, cameras in the middle, cameras in the middle. My bad. Um what's up, Kevin? Big ol' noggin. Alright. Doing great, doing great. Can you recap the H pattern? Yeah, so like I said, we were looking at coin here. We noticed this gap. I ended up taking my entry here on this first H pattern right here to start the gap. And then I ended up, when Nor was taking his trade on NVIDIA at 900, they were both weaker than the market, so they were both valid plays. But NVIDIA didn't have like a prior level that I really liked, so I decided to focus on coin here because coin was also weaker than the market. We ended up making an H pattern here, like a bigger H pattern right here on coin. I ended up taking here at this like 258.50 area and ended up taking it to fill that gap. And then I ended up getting out whenever we broke below where the gap ended. Got his crystal ball. Crystal ball off Timu. Yeah, Christian, that just for you saying that in the chat, you're gonna have ads for the next like 3 weeks. So good luck, my friend. What's up, Tariq? Clean price action for sure. Another one. I'm gonna go in here to the into the chat because I put my pre-market ideas. Obviously, some of those pre-market ideas we never even got to the level, so it's not like something where we got to the level and then got faked out or something like that. If we never even get to the level, I'm perfectly okay with that, because if we don't get to the level at all, it gives us no opportunity to get in and then get stopped out. So we never even got close to these. They're still valid levels, but I've been putting in the setups tab a lot more lately, what I'm looking at. The first one I took was actually Meta. You can see we had this flat bottom here. at 495.15, and that meta trade actually paid more than Coin did by a decent amount. I literally scalped it on one candle. Let's just go to the 1 minute here. Yeah, I scalped it on this candle right here. I ended up entering probably around 495.30-ish. From there to the bottom of this candle, which is where I sold, was literally like 17.8% in like 20 seconds. It was insane. It was insane. And then we just talked about that coin trade, which is also something that I threw in the setups tab ahead of time. So even though I didn't signal, because that's not my thing, I don't signal. Nor and Maki are the only ones that signal. But even though I didn't signal those, there was plenty of time for you guys to see those and understand what I'm looking at there. I always put my entry levels there as well, so you should be able to take advantage of that. And I hope you guys are, because almost every idea that I've put in the setups tab has literally been like minimum 15%. They've been very, very, very clean. Can you explain how you got your levels? Razul, that is what we are doing tonight. Why didn't you wait till the first low on coin? Hold on. Why didn't I wait till the first low? Are you talking about right here? Or this right here? Oh, if you're talking about why I didn't wait for this low right here, is because I saw weakness here, and even though it's only 3 candles, what this is still essentially like a very, very small bear flag or H pattern, whatever you want to call it. So with the way the price action was moving, especially compared to the market, this was a perfectly okay entry to have momentum into that low. It also would have given me a better area to stop out for a little bit less of a stop, entering right there. So yeah. Let's see. First low, how many M's are in your account? 100 billion. 100 billion M's. I'm just kidding. Do H patterns usually indicate a downtrend? H patterns are bearish patterns. Inverse H patterns are bullish patterns. When I sold so quickly, bid did not catch up with the ask, and I lost a little. Well, Robbie, at least you kept your trade tight and didn't bag hold just because you had a wider spread on the contracts. Azul, you've been working out. Yes, I have. Riddle, I am not Frankie, but I appreciate that. But wait was a good choice too, right? Yes, waiting would have been a perfectly okay choice. I just wanted to capitalize on that move because I could, you know. Use level 2 in the tape for trades. Yes, I do. All right, so we are about 10 minutes into this lesson already. And this is supposed to just be a charting session. So we'll go ahead and get into the charting session here. I was just going over the trades that I personally took today, and then some of the ones that North took as well. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and do the typical charting session here and go from A to Z on the list. If somebody asks me, what do I like on Tesla whenever I'm on Airbnb, I am clicking the ban button. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. But if you guys ask me something that's at the very end of my list when I'm up here, I'm going to get to it eventually, but not right at that point in time. Also, if any of you guys have any stocks that you want me to check out, if you have a stock with a specific level that you want me to check out, make sure you send that in the chat and I'll take a look at it. If you just say a random ticker that has no levels to it, I'm not going to be able to help you out a whole lot. Okay, first time here. Nice. How do you utilize level 2? We have a few videos on our channel. If you click on the playlist tab and then you click on the educational tab, or on the education playlist, you'll see we have a couple videos covering level 2 on there. Oh man, hold your horses. Hold your horses, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, alright. I steal your volume pressure screen. Can you steal it? I mean, I guess if you can steal it somehow, then go for it. If you're in stock hours, Riddle, are you in stock hours? Because if you're in stock hours, I can just send it in the chat whenever I'm done. If not, click the first link in the description down here and join the free chat. It's still our free trial Wednesday, so you guys can, all you guys in the live right now can join the chat for completely free every single Wednesday. So yeah. It's user friendly. Drax. I don't know how you say that. I would highly recommend, if you're trading the style that we trade, to at least consider other options. Go revise it at the end. Nailin'. There are some videos on all of that stuff in the education playlist, but if I have extra time, then I will. Yes, I'm in it. Appreciate you. No problem. I will send that to you in just a second then. Face is in the middle of the screen. Alright. No, it is not. Alright. As far as Apple goes, I'm looking at Apple here. There's not really anything that I like on it anymore. I liked that 170 level when we were at it, but now we're done with that. There's nothing that I like on it until pretty much until we get down to this like 167.90 area. Yeah, so I'm good on Apple. I'll put a line there, but it's definitely getting unchecked from my watch list. Google at 151. Okay, cool, Waylon. I will check that out. Airbnb, nothing I like on it to the downside. I still like that 170.10 to the upside, but we're pretty far away from it now. AMD, I still like the same levels to the downside. I drew this downtrend today, this morning actually, just to see how we would react. Nothing that I would play personally. You could talk about maybe 182.60 or 182.70. I think I would probably stick not stick away from it as in it's a bad setup. Just I would probably stick away from it because I feel like there are going to be better opportunities. So is AMD's pullback stopping now, or is it going to keep going down? Emil, if I had absolutely had to crystal ball it, and just so you know, this is no like, this is not a completely technical answer at all, but if we get momentum into this downtrend break, then obviously I think we see some upside. But if we reject from this downtrend again and get some momentum back to the downside, I would prefer to see downside. Is there anything for coin tomorrow? We will see on that, Sam. Sticker in the bottom if you missed it. Will, I'm not gonna lie, I think that guy was just messing around because my face was in the middle of the screen earlier, so if I'm wrong, then yeah, you should be able to. Actually, I'll make this smaller. I usually have it about this big anyways. Yeah, so AMD, I still like the same stuff to the downside. I have that downtrend there just to see how it reacts, but nothing that I'm looking to play on that. Amazon. I thought, you know, I don't think this looks awful right here as like a bull flag, but I think there's going to be better opportunities to the upside. So I'll probably stick away from it. We can come back to it though if there really isn't anything else. Education playlist, do you guys have anything on charting? We do. We have multiple videos going over charting. I just did one like 2 weeks ago, I think, or maybe 3. going over all of the chart patterns we use and how we utilize them. So definitely check that out. BA, I'm not a huge fan. So right now on all these stocks that I've covered so far, there's been areas where I could place a level, but it's like, if I had to describe the setup, it's just like a meh, okay kind of setup. It's not like something that's standing out like, wow, this is great. What's that video called? The charting. You can look for it. It's going to be one of the most recent videos in the education playlist. I'll send it in the stocks chat in a few if you remind me at the end of the lesson. But BA, I think I'm going to pass on anything there. Baba, I'm definitely good. I'm going to unmark BA because there's nothing for me to look at. Baba, I'm good. Baidu, zilch. Coin, I do not hate this. So $50. Okay, cool, Abel. Give us a secrets. What'd you see on the tape? We have, if you guys are asking questions about anything other than charting specifically right now, we have videos on basically every topic that you guys are asking about on the educational playlist on our YouTube channel. So, like I said, I would definitely go check those out. You should wait till the end of this lesson, though. You should wait till the end of this lesson before you go do that. Coin, I don't really like coin until like 249. What is this? Right here. This 249.55. I would take 250 into this though, for sure. I don't mind that at all. 249.55. Once again though, I feel like there's probably some cleaner setups out there. I wouldn't mind taking today's low actually. I would probably draw the line from here though. Just because it's close enough, we might as well just wait for that confirmation, if that makes sense. 350. I don't hate that at all. I'm gonna go ahead and clear this out. I will also see, where is this coming from? This 281.99. I'll clear that out too. Yeah, all right. Makes my chart look a little bit better. This can go. That can go. This needs to stay. 41. Sorry, I'm clearing out my chart right now. There's too much junk on here. See, this is what's nice about these Wednesday night charting sessions. It always reminds me to clear off my charts. So, you show an example of how the algo is used if you use it. You trade SPY, if so, which contracts do you play same day? Yes, I almost always play same days unless it's literally like within the last hour of the day. I will usually play same days and I will also usually play in the money. Exactly, goes down during lessons. It's my first time coming to one. So like tonight's lesson, for example, is a charting session. We have other lessons on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, actually. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So we have lessons every single night. The other ones are all basically Q&As, except for the Monday night lesson where we have trade reviews, where we go over all of our students' trades and basically help them out with stuff that they could improve on, things they did well, stuff like that. There a faster way to remove old trends? Yeah, you can clear the whole drawing set, but I just drew some new levels that I didn't want to put back up there. Did you think that support line needed to stay? If you're talking about this one right here, it is because we have a gap right here from 210.41 to 207. Who is this? This is Keith. Yeah, if you guys don't know who I am, by the way, this is Keith from Stock Hours. I'm on the mic basically every morning. Big Keith. Exactly. Can you explain how you see or create key levels and what? Yes, we are. Nah, you're good, Criddle. You're good. I told you earlier I wasn't frank, but we're good. Appreciate that, Grant. Yeah, earn your gains. This is exactly what I'm doing right now. We're looking for areas of support or resistance which has bounced or rejected multiple times, preferably on a larger time frame. The more tests we have of a level, the better, because that just makes the breakout or the breakdown that much cleaner and that much more powerful, if that makes sense. At the radio voice. Appreciate that, Moses. Can you chart KO? Yes, I promise you I will get to your guys' stuff that you're sending. I'm going to go in alphabetical order, and then I will cover your guys' stuff as it comes in alphabetical order. No problem, earn your gains. Disney. I don't really like Disney, to be honest. That's kind of done. Not done, but doesn't look great right now, at least. It might look good tomorrow morning, so if it looks good tomorrow morning, then obviously I'll keep you guys updated. ENPH. Nothing I want to take. Nor trades in the chat, baby. Yeah, Google 152.15 still looks great to me. I know we broke, not today, but yesterday, we broke by 26. No, I'm sorry, we broke by 11 cents. And we basically just wicked right back below. I mean, we closed above, but we came right back down. I would still take 152.15 right at that level. So you guys are seeing this. We have that flat top here. We've also got an uptrend from the bottom side. So basically an ascending yeah, we have like an ascending triangle here, which is pretty nice. That should be a great breakout whenever we finally get that. You trade stocks when the IV is high. Yes. Yes, we do. If you are talking about during earnings, some stocks we will avoid. Like, not necessarily avoid, but some stocks we will stray away from trading if we don't have to. Just because the contracts are so expensive and they don't really move that well sometimes. So like Nvidia during earnings, contracts are ridiculous. They don't move that great. But if it's the only stock with a good setup, or if it just has a good setup in general, we will still be more than happy to take that trade. Now, swinging earnings, however, I would highly recommend to stick away from doing that. The Meta, we've got this uptrend here on the 4-hour. I'm not really interested in that. I mean, you could probably look to just scalp this low here, but I think I'm okay on that. I'm not super interested in that until like 481. Actual level would be 481.30 or 481.28 would be the, yeah. We'll port Google tomorrow. No, sir. That is not what we're looking for. Would 148 be a good level to look at to the downside on Google? Well, Galley, yes. I'm assuming you meant 481, but, or wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. 148 to the downside. 148 isn't bad. If you break below this trend pretty nicely, and get some momentum into that, you could look at that for sure. That's not the highest quality setup in the market for me, though, personally. That doesn't look like the cleanest setup to me. I would personally rather look at something else that we have. But yes, that is okay. That's an okay level for sure. Tesla and Apple, sorry, joined late. It's okay if you've already covered. So I went over Apple. There's nothing I like on Apple at all. For example, like coin this week. Sam, I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to. What time frames should I have on my chart, as in what time frames to check? So I personally have the 3-year weekly, 3-year 1 day, 1 year 1 day, 180 day 4 hour, 20 day 1 hour, 5 day 15 minute, 5 day 5 minute, and 1 day 1 minute. And I usually, since I look at these charts every single day, I usually just start out on the 4 hour and then I work my way down from there. So that's what I would recommend doing for sure. Appreciate that, Luke. You know why my trends move around in different time frames? Is that normal? Yeah, so when you draw trend lines on TOS, I'm not exactly sure why it does that, to be completely honest with you, but it is definitely annoying for sure. How do I stop TOS from lagging at open? Is there any way? If you, hold on, give me 2 seconds here. If you guys go to your, give me 1 second. You guys go to your, yeah. You guys go to your setup and you go to your application settings. Make sure that your quote speed is on real time, no delay. Right here. If you go to general, go down to system, then real time, no delay. What time frame do you take your trades on? 5 minute or 1 minute? I personally am always looking at the 1 minute when I'm executing. Yeah. All right. Moving on from meta here. This chart kind of looks gross too. I need to delete some levels from this. Well, and that 495.15 was so clean today. That was great. Yeah, so I think 481.28 would be the first thing that I'm super interested in to the downside. Like I said, you could probably scalp this low at 488 if you wanted to, but I think there's probably some higher quality setups than that. How long do you hold on to your trades? Anywhere between like 1 second and an hour and a half. It just depends on the trade that I'm taking. That's a hard answer to give you. The majority of the time, I would say anywhere between like 1 to 10 minutes. Like I said, it just depends on my target. It depends on the type of trade I'm taking, why I'm taking that trade. If I'm just planning it as a scalp, then it's probably going to be, 30, 40 seconds. But if I have like an actual target on it, I'll usually be in for probably like 5, 6, 7 minutes. Favorite chart is Amazon. Notice you color your levels. Can you explain them? So the levels that I have colored, like this on meta right here, this is just to let me know that this is the end of a gap. I usually only do different colored levels whenever there's a gap, just so when we get to that level, I'm not like, oh, okay, there's a level here, and then like take some sort of an impulse trade whenever really it was just the gap filling. How long are you in bad trades for? When do you know your idea is wrong? Fairly quickly, Riddle. Love the knowledge and attention. No problem, Mohammed. How do you calculate risk on options contracts? So, if you want my personal answer is I know how the contracts move on basically all of these stocks. So, I know roughly, by looking at the chart, I know roughly how the contracts are going to correlate with a certain move on the chart. So I will, kind of know that a certain amount of move on the stock is going to put me at a certain amount plus or minus percentage, you know. Got your TradeZilla on deck. I do not use TradeZilla. What does the no delay do? It makes it so your stock charts have no delay. I know that sounded like a very basic answer, but that's literally it. Where's your supply and demand? I don't use supply and demand. I mean, I do, but very, very rarely. Stop. Okay. AMD, Amazon, MU, Microsoft, contracts move nice for beginners. I don't know about MU. I haven't touched MU in a very long time, but as far as the rest of those go, I completely agree. Was a low on this 419.09. Where does that line up? Looks like a little meta setup that we had today. That's interesting. I like that. On Microsoft, if we come back down, I actually really do like that. Just so you know, the market is closed on Friday, so tomorrow is basically going to be Friday. Like today was the equivalent to a regular Thursday. Tomorrow is going to be the equivalent to a regular Friday. So just be cautious and remember that. So as far as meta goes, I'm going to put an alert here at like 483.80. Just so I know that the stock is getting close. And I'm going to unmark it from here because there's nothing that I like that much on it. I do like Google, so I'm going to leave that marked. Costco, I don't know why I have this marked. Actually, I do know why I have this marked. But I don't think that it's something that's valid for most people to be wasting their time looking at. I was just looking at it today to see how it would react with the rest of the market. Coin, I think looks great. Amazon, I'm going to unmark this. I don't know why I still have it marked. I just forgot to unmark all these things. Sorry, guys. AMD, I'm probably going to do the same. I'm going to set an alert for like 174.25. So I know that it's getting relatively close to the point where I should at least take a glance at it. I'm going to unmark that as well. Airbnb is far enough away. I need to have an alert for that too and unmark it as well. How do you define what is a trend, or is that a question for the educational videos? No, I mean, trends are literally when you just see, so something like this, where you see a stock making higher highs, higher lows. This would be an uptrend right here. It's kind of a messy one. I can probably find a better example. Just give me a second. Okay, so this right here, the algo already has it drawn, but you see how this, from this top side trend, where every high we're making is lower than the previous. So we have our first high here, then we have a lower high here. We have another lower high down here. And we also have each time we are making a low, it is a lower low as well. So you see we have a low here, another low here, another low here, and that is what makes a downtrend channel. So flip what I just said, and then that's going to be referring to an uptrend. So higher highs and higher lows is uptrends. Lower highs and lower lows are downtrends. Let me ask personal questions. Yeah, Mohammed, I'm not going to tell you the first part, but I'll tell you the second part. Generally around 3 to 5. Okay. Unless it's something like SPY, then it's usually lighter. But played MU earlier this week after not playing it for a year. At least it moved nice. Nice, Grant. You mark trend lines at the wick or the body? I always mark my trends at the wick. What chart type do you use? Just a regular candlestick chart. Top meta puts today. 2-minute trade, 40%. Thought I was Keith. Nice, Alan. Great job. What do the purple arrows mean? It's just part of the algo. So you can use any time frame for trend lines, correct? Yes, absolutely. Okay, so back to where we were at. We were at Microsoft last. That was the last thing we kind of looked at there. MU. Actually, we're really just in a consolidation here between like 117.08 and actually, what is this? What's the low here? 117.03, 17.08. So do 117.03. And then obviously the top side of this consolidation is at this 122.46. So we could actually go either direction here and it would be a valid play. So if you guys want to keep your eye on that, I honestly think downside looks better just from the way that we're kind of rounding these out around the 120 area. That 117.03 actually looks pretty good on MU. Let's look at the contracts. Oh, these are... All right, 8,000 volume, but they're only $50. So might have to trade in the money for that one. But I actually don't mind that setup. Netflix. Netflix looks kind of garbage. I'm not gonna lie. Like some hot garbage. Off topic question, can we get a burnout video of the Mustang on the gram for the boys, of course. Grant, if I did not have new tires, I would consider it. But I think I'm gonna have to pass you up on that deal right there. Unless you want to buy me new tires. Yeah, I actually like 890 on the Nvidia. It's actually, the level's not 890 exact, but whatever this is right here, hold on. Alright, that looks disgusting when I zoom in that far. 891.23, 891.35, so 891.23 would be the level. 891.23. That looks great into 890 for a scalp, and then honestly, even if you wanted to make a target down here at like this, I mean, that's like, you're asking for like an $8 move there, but you'd have a, actually, take that back. I'm going to draw that exactly like this right here. You could have a target around this 880 223 area. That's asking for a pretty decently sized move, but Nvidia is most definitely capable of making a $8 move. I don't know that I would look for that much. I'd probably look for somewhere closer to 888, 887-ish, maybe 885 if we get some really good weakness compared to the market. But that actually looks like a solid level for me. You like to trade the support and resistance breaks from the algo. I don't really look at the specific support and resistance breaks on the algo, but sometimes the algo does have levels that I'm looking at marked already. The thing that I use the algo for the most is literally just looking at the trend lines, because it draws them on every time frame automatically, updates them automatically. So all that stuff that I don't have to A, mess with, and B, sometimes I wouldn't even see some of those trends just because it's not something that I'm looking for. All right, I'm super new. Where do you go to actually make an options trade on TOS? So if you, I'm going to move my face away, but if you go to the trade tab right up here, you'll see right here, trade grid, or I'm sorry, options chain. You click that down, you see all of your options right here. Each one of these is your expiration date. So You can see these expire on the 28th of March, 2024. Here's all your options right here. We have videos going over all that on the Stock Hours YouTube channel, so definitely make sure to check out the education tab on that. Is there a video on the channel for using Thinkorswim? Yes, there's probably like 4. Oh, I'm sorry. That was not a question. That was a statement. That's my bad. Sorry. Hold on. There we go. All right. So yeah, NVIDIA, that looks great. PayPal, have to go. Thank you for the lesson. No problem, Grant. It was good to hear from you. I haven't heard from you in a hot minute. Hit me up whenever, man. Does the algo give you the levels here? How much for access to the algo? DM me for more information on that. I will help you get signed up for that. And you can't, for whoever was asking about setting up the algo on TOS, you can't get the algo on TOS. Only the traders in Stock Hours and NOR have access to the algo on TOS. So yeah. You talk about how you use VIX a little bit. To be honest with you, I don't. I really don't. I have it down here, but I never look at it. Okay, moving on. Roku, absolutely disgusting price action. We're in consolidation from February 21st. So I think I'm good on that. For Stock Hours, we can get access to the algo. Yes, you can. It's on TradingView, though. It's not on Thinkorswim. When you are buying access to the algo, it is not on Thinkorswim. SMCI, I am personally good all around on SMCI. App, pass, Snow. Snow actually does not look horrible. I know we already broke this level, but honestly, with the way we're setting up right here with an inverse H, we broke out of a consolidation that lasted, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 days. This could get some decent momentum tomorrow, to be honest with you. If we stay and open around this area or even higher here, that would be really nice. So I would be looking at this level that I already had previously at 166.84. But the safer entry would be up here at 168.68. Algos for members, right? Yes, Carlos. You don't have to have the full subscription to Stock Hours to get the algo, but it is part of the memberships. I'm using TOS right now. Volume in a contract really mattered. Yes, absolutely. If you want to get filled when you're trying to buy or when you're trying to sell, then yes, the volume is probably the most important part of the contracts. Because if they have good volume, that means they're going to have a good spread, which is going to mean you're going to be able to get in and get out without having a varied bill price. You're also going to be able to get in and out very quickly. So Tesla, I don't like this until 184.25 to the upside and 176 to the downside. So I honestly don't think I'm going to even put anything down for Tesla. Have it, and I'm a member. Carlos, if you have the VIP membership, then you will have it. Or if you just have the algo membership, you'll have it as well. Carlos, if you DM me on Instagram, I will help you out with that. You've used E-Trade Pro in the past, but I keep using limit orders because E-Trade's market feels sucks. Any advice on getting approved for level 2 options on TOS or interactive brokers? That would be, honestly, I've never executed through TOS other than like when I very first started trading like 8 years ago, and it was with shares. So as far as that goes, I would say the easiest thing to do would be call Thinkorswim's support and ask them what you have to do to be able to long options, calls, and puts. You don't need to be able to short them. All you want is to be able to long options. Can you tell me the difference between buy, sell, puts, and calls? So we are always buying our contracts, whether it's a call or whether it's a put. We're buying that contract. So that contract is an asset which can gain or lose value. It's not the same thing as buying or shorting a stock. Even though the puts can make money to the downside, it's not the same as shorting a stock. Because when you're shorting a stock, you're selling shares that you don't currently own. You're basically taking out a loan from the broker for shares that you don't own, and you are obligated to return those shares in whatever time that you can, as long as you don't get margin called. But anyways, calls and puts, we are buying both of those. We are buying to open and selling to close. Whereas if you're trading shares and you're trying to make money to the downside, you would have to sell to open and then buy to close your position. How many years of experience do you have in the options trading? You feel like answering? Just curious. Let me see exactly when I joined Stock Hours. So December 20th, 2020. So roughly 2 years, or no, I'm sorry, 3 years and 4 months of trading options specifically. But before that, I was into a different style of trading. So overall, I've been trading for around 8 years. How do you have access to the algo on TOS? Like I said, it's available to NOR. It's available to the traders in Stock Hours. So everybody that's part of the team has it and has access to it, but it's not available to all of the members. So, all right. As far as the trade ideas go, how many months or years did it take you to be profitable trading a... Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. How much money did you start with? So I started with 2, and it took around, let's say, a year to a year and a half before being like very consistent. So yeah. Okay, so Airbnb, AMD, those are obviously going to be side watches because those are pretty far away. Detach this. AMD, that's the same. Meta, were we looking at anything on, let's see. Okay, coin, we'll go through just in order of stuff here. Coin, I am looking at 253.50 for a scalp. Next support that I am looking to take is at 250 into the 249.55 support. Okay, here we go on this. Let's all right, so coin, we've got that. Oh, that's gonna bother me that little dash isn't green. Okay, coin, Google. We've got the same thing on Google probably. What's this? Oh no, I take that back. Google looking at 152.15 flat top targeting the break of the 180-day high at 154.17. You can also go the safer route and take these both as separate trades. Okay, all right. Hey Keither, where do you execute the orders? So on TOS, actually, that's way too long of an explanation to dumb down. I would go to our education playlist on the Stock Hours channel and check out the TOS videos on there, because that's going to show you more than I even could, to be honest. Like, I know pretty much everything that there is to know about TOS, but I personally don't execute on it. I've never really executed on it, so yeah. Better than going to university and getting a bachelor's degree. I agree. Ironically, the mechanism of shorting a stock was the first thing I learned when I approached the market. You know when that was? Yeah, I would have to say the same actually. On your IG, you can only send you an email, not a personal message. Carl, you've got to have the wrong IG then. I don't have an email on my IG. My IG is Keith Trades, no spaces, no weird spelling, no nothing like that. And it's got the check. I don't have a thing for emails on my Instagram. You should be able to send me a message. Like I see somebody sent me one 1 minute ago. So, Carl, if you're having problems with that, I think you've got the wrong Instagram. Okay. Send a screenshot of that list into the chat when you're done. Anthony, if that means you're leaving, then no. Worth it if you're not entirely new to the market. Sorry. Hold on, I'm just reading through these messages to see what are questions and what is trades. I use Interactive Brokers, Margaret. You determine how much room a stock has to move, what time frame is the best. So I use all of the time frames. Generally, I'm looking at other support and resistance levels as well as trends to determine how much room we have. When are you playing your stop loss for a trade? Generally pre-market or as the trade is setting up, Alondra. Because looking at the most recent price action is going to give me the best idea of where a smart stop loss would be. Great lesson tonight. Thank you, Luke. Appreciate that. The market pushes tomorrow. Does that mean you're not going to trade any stocks that you had a downside setup for? I mean, if those stocks are still weak and they set up and they play out, then I'm more than welcome to do that. I'm not leaving. I'm just saying in Stock Hours chat, can you send it? I guess I can, Anthony. I guess I can. Yeah, no, I was going to post it anyways. I was just trying to get you to stick around to the end of the lesson. I don't want to be talking to an empty lesson here. All right, so Google and Microsoft. Microsoft is probably going to go as a side watch. I think the coin trade looks better than that, to be honest. So Microsoft. What's the difference between your approach and Noor's? Nothing, honestly. I really don't think that there's any difference between any of our approaches. Like there's little slight tweaks that we take differently, but as far as like the overall strategy, it's the same exact strategy that all of us are using. So Microsoft looking at 419.09 flat bottom. We'll see how this Microsoft trade sets up pre-market. If it sets up really, really well, I'll move this from a side watch to a main watch. But for now, it's going to stay as a side watch. Netflix is getting deleted because that chart looks horrible. I don't want to look at it anymore. MU is definitely going to go as a side watch. MU in consolidation from 117.03 to 122.46. Downside looks better in my opinion if we show weakness off open. Appreciate that, Anthony. Wait, did you answer my question, Raynell? I probably did. Oh, yeah. If the market pushes tomorrow, does that mean you're not going to trade any stocks you had to the downside? I said that's if the stocks are weak, that's perfectly fine. If they set up and they play out, then I'll still be more than happy to take those. Just because the market's pushing doesn't mean we won't take downside plays. The thing that we are looking for is whether the stock is weaker or stronger than the market. So if the levels present themselves, it doesn't matter what the market's doing. His frustration's out on Netflix. Yeah, that's facts. Will, I most definitely did answer that question. What do you think about MCD breaking down from? I will check that out in just a second, Z. Let me get through my list real quick here, and then we will get to that. So NVIDIA is going to be a pretty easy one here. NVIDIA is going to go right here, 891, 91, 23, flat bottom into the 890 break. Target area is around 884. You can either take as a scalp What is this? Alright. Make it look all weird then, that's cool. There we go. Say playing breakouts and breakdowns is a strategy. Yeah, that is exactly the strategy. Biggest losing streak you ever had. I honestly don't know, Alan. I would say probably over a week for sure. Um, I don't know exactly how many days though, to be honest with you. How can someone get promoted to become a mentee or part of the group? Is it based on performance or just random picks? Muhammad, if you're talking about just joining stock hours, anybody can join. If you need the link to do that, there's one down in the description, or you can DM me. One of the two, whatever you want to do. But as far as being a intern or a trader, we switched the names in the chat to trader. But as far as that is basically like the team looks out for people that are helping out a lot with the chat, that know what they're doing, have shown a lot of progress from their, educational standpoint, their people skills, all that kind of stuff. So that is how the interns or the traders are picked. Thank you for saying what TOS stands for. Thinkorswim. No problem, Victoria. Your strategy for trading, just like Alondra said, playing breakouts and breakdowns, scalping breakouts and breakdowns with options is the strategy. All right, Snow. I like Snow a lot. Snow, I am looking to take the inverse H into 12684. Sorry if you guys hear my dog going berserk right now. Of course, he needs to do that during the lesson. So beautiful. Targeting the break of 168.68, we could see some serious momentum pick up around these levels due to the consolidation break / hold. Perfect. Snow, and then that's it, I think, isn't it? MU, I'm gonna recolor this just so I know that it's kind of like in the middle. We're not necessarily upside or downside biased on this, but yeah, that's the plan for tomorrow, everybody. Appreciate you guys sticking around, and if anybody has any questions about the algo or joining stock hours or anything like that, feel free to shoot me a message and I am more than happy to help. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I appreciate you guys all sticking around, and I will talk to you in the morning.